Good morning, students. Students, today we are going to continue our same chapter, that is chapter number 3, water resources. Okay, students. So today's topic is major rivers and dams. Today's topic is major rivers and dams. And in the beginning, we are going to practice our map work. Okay, students. We are going to practice our map work, and this map work is related to major rivers and dams. Okay, students, let me tell you, this is a very important topic. Okay, so attend it very carefully. Everybody just take your geography book, okay, along with your pencil, so that you can understand the topic in a better way. Okay, students, I think you all are ready, so let me start. Topic: major rivers and dams. Students, you have to give just a close look. Okay, give a close look along with your book. Only then you will be able to see the name of these dams. Okay, because these letters are small. Okay, students, so see it. Student number 1, it is our Bhakra Nangal Dam. Okay, students, it is our Bhakra Nangal Dam. Okay, and it is located on Satluj River. Okay, students, Bhakra Nangal Dam, it is located on Satluj River. I have given the numbering to these dams. This is number 1. Okay, now take number 2. This is our Tehri Dam. What's the name? Tehri Dam. And along with this Tehri Dam, you have to see this one, Naraura Dam. Naraura Dam. Tehri Dam number 2 and Naraura Dam number 3, both of these two dams are located on a same river, that is our Ganga River. Okay, student, just see this one, Ganga River, and number 2, this is Tehri Dam, and number 3, this is Naraura Dam. Both these two dams are located on Ganga River. Okay, students, now see number 4. Number 4, it is our Rana Pratap Sagar Dam. It is our Rana Pratap Sagar Dam. Okay, students, and this is number 5, our Gandhi Sagar Dam. Okay, and these two dams, like Rana Pratap Sagar Dam. Okay, students, this one Rana Pratap Sagar Dam and this one Gandhi Sagar Dam. Both of these two dams are located on Chambal River. Okay, students, both of these two dams are located on Chambal River. And this one also, what's the name? Kota Barrage, number 6. It is our number 6 Kota Barrage Dam. So in this manner you can see that all these three dams, number 4 Rana Pratap Sagar Dam, number 5 Gandhi Sagar Dam, and number 6 Kota Barrage Dam, all these three dams are located on a same river, and that is our Chambal River. Okay, students. Okay, now see number 7. So this is our number 7 here. Students, you can just give a close look. 7, 8, 9, 10. All these 4 dams are also located on a same river. Okay, also located on a same river. Just see the names. Tiliai Dam. Number 7, Tiliai Dam. And number 8, it is our Konar Dam. And number 9, it is our Panchayat Dam. And number 10, it is our Mathon Dam. Okay, students, you can see it's a group, and the location is also very close to each other. Okay, so all these 4 dams are located on a same river, and the name of our river is Damodar River. Okay, students, what's the name of the river? Damodar River. How many dams are these? 4 dams. I'm repeating the name: Tiliai Dam. Okay, and number 8 Konar Dam, number 9 Panchayat Dam, and number 10 Mathon Dam. So all these 4 dams are located on the same river, that is our Damodar River. Now see number 11. Okay, student, this is our number 11, Rihand Dam. What is this? Rihand Dam. Okay, so this dam is located on Son River. On which river it has been located? It has been located on Son River, number 11. Okay, students, now see number 12. I have given these numberings for your convenience. Number 12, this one. The name of this dam is Sardar Sarovar Dam. What's the name? Sardar Sarovar Dam, and it is located on Narmada River. It is located on Narmada River. Now see number 13. It is our Pravara Dam. It is our Pravara Dam, and it is located on Godavari River. Okay, students, just see this one, Godavari River. Number 13, name Pravara Dam, and it is located on Godavari River. Now see number 14. Number 14 is Koyna Dam. Koyna Dam, and it is located on Krishna River. Okay, students, number 14, Koyna Dam, and it is located on Krishna River. Now see number 15. Number 15, it is our Nagarjuna Dam. Okay, students, it is our Nagarjuna Dam. And number 16, this one is our Tungabhadra Dam. See, Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, Tungabhadra Dam, both these two dams, number 15 and number 16, both these two dams are also located on a same river, and the name is Tungabhadra River. This one. See, the river is flowing like this, Tungabhadra River, and it is 15 on the same river, and it is number 16 on the same river. It means Nagarjuna Sagar Dam and Tungabhadra Dam. Now see number 17. It is our Meteor Dam. Meteor Dam is located on Kaveri River. Number 17, Meteor Dam is located on Kaveri River. Now see this one, number 18, Periyar Dam. Okay, students, Periyar Dam. Now I think a question is in your mind, ma'am, it is the name of dam only, so where is the name of river and where it is located? So I have given a note for you, just attend it. Students, listen carefully. Periyar Dam is also known as the Mullai Periyar Dam. Mulla Periyar Dam. Periyar Dam is also known as the Mulla Periyar Dam location. Okay, location of this one, Periyar Dam. It is also known as Mulla Periyar Dam. It is located on Periyar River in Kerala. It is located on Periyar River in Kerala. It means the name of the river is Periyar and the name of dam is also Periyar, and it is located in Kerala River. Okay, students, and I think one more it is left, Hirakud Dam. This is our Hirakud Dam, and it is located on Mahanadi River. It is located on Mahanadi River. Okay, student. So what we did, क्या किया है हमने? We have discussed our major rivers and dams. We have discussed our major rivers and dams, the location of these major dams along with the name of the rivers also. So students, what you have to do, you have to take a India map, okay, and try to locate all these dams along with the names of these rivers also. Okay, along with the names of these rivers also, with the help of pencil you have to do your work, and your work should be very neat and fine. Okay, and after that you have to paste this map in your geography notebook. Okay, students, I am repeating for your convenience. I have given these numberings 1 2 3 4 like this, and nearby these are 18 dams. 18 dams. So prepare this map in a careful manner and paste in your geography notebook. Okay, students, now let me take next topic. So now I have to take this topic, this one. I'm starting from this word irrigation. Okay, student, but before starting the explanation of this paragraph, I would like to tell you that yesterday we have discussed about some problematic situations caused by dams. Yesterday we have discussed about some problematic situations caused by dams. Okay, students, we have no doubt that the construction of these dams, contributes a lot in our economic sector as well as in our industrial sector. Okay, no doubt that these dams are equal to our economic growth, and these dams are very helpful in the path of progress. Okay, but along with that, these dams, many times these dams are creating many problematic situations also. As yesterday we have discussed, I have given the explanation with the help of a particular picture. In that picture, I prepared the picture of those two rivers, river A, river B. Okay, with the help of that picture, I have explained you that how these dams are causing many problematic situations also. Okay, I have told you, poor sediments flow, okay, and poor aquatic life. Yesterday we have discussed all these things, and now I am taking the topic further. Irrigation has also changed the cropping pattern of many regions, with farmers shifting to water intensive and commercial crops. This has great ecological consequences like salinization of the soil. At the same time, it has transformed the social landscape. Okay, students, what we are discussing some problematic situations caused by these dams. So this paragraph is telling that many times these dams are creating a social landscape, increasing the social gap between the richer landowners and the landless poor. It means the construction of these dams, it is also equal to creating social gap. Okay, social gap is also creating, students, between the richer landowners and the landless poor farmers, because almost time the richer landowners are getting the profits by the construction of these dams, but landless poor farmer is not getting any profit, only he is compelled to leave his land areas, okay, for the construction of these dams. So it is also equal to increasing social gap. As we can see, the dams did create conflicts between poor people wanting different uses and benefits from the same water resources. Okay, many times disputes are going to create because different people, they would like to use that water in different ways. Okay, in Gujarat, the Sabarmati basin farmers were agitated and almost caused a riot over the higher priority given to water supply in urban areas. It means these lines would like to convey that in Gujarat, Sabarmati basin farmers, okay, it is the situation of Gujarat, and in Sabarmati basin farmers, they would like to give the preference over the higher priority given to water supply in urban areas, particularly during droughts. Interstate water disputes are also becoming common with regard to sharing the cost and benefits of the multi-purpose projects. Students, many times these dams are also responsible for interstate water disputes. In many areas, interstate water disputes are increasing. Why? Because the people would like to give the preference to the water in different areas. Okay, so these disputes are also becoming common with regard to sharing the cost and benefits, okay, the multi-purpose projects, because rich farmers, they are getting the cost, okay, they are getting the benefits of these by the construction of these multi-purpose projects, but a poor farmer is not getting anything. So this is also the way that these disputes are going to increase, interstate water disputes. Okay, now see this paragraph. Most of the objections to the projects arose due to their failure to achieve the purposes for which they were built. Students, in this paragraph, we are also discussing the same topic, and the topic is, as you know, some problematic situations caused by the construction of these dams. Students, these lines are explaining that projects arose due to their failure to achieve the purposes for which they were built. Ironically, the dams that were constructed to control floods have triggered floods due to sedimentation. Triggered means increased, or otherwise you can say has started in the reservoir. Students, it's a very ironical situation that these dams were constructed to control floods. Okay, the purpose for the construction of these dams was to control floods, but actually what is going on. It is also very ironical situation that instead to controlling these floods, these dams are increasing the problem. These dams are increasing the problem. It means situation is going opposite. The situation is going opposite. These dams are not controlling the floods, but in an opposite manner, increasing the these dams are increasing the flood situation. Okay, students. I think a question is in your mind that, ma'am, increasing how these dams are increasing the situation of flood. So let me explain this factor to you. Student, yesterday I have told you about sedimentation. Okay, sedimentation, these dams are increasing the flood situation because sedimentation in reservoir. Okay, it is very clear that when a river is flowing with the flow of natural water, okay, when the natural flow of the water will be there, then the river is flowing in a natural way. Okay, and the river will deposit their sediments in a plain area. But when we are bounding the river with the construction of a dam, so automatically the flow of the water will be decrease. The speed of the flow of the water will be decreased, and what the river will deposit their sediments in at the bottom of a reservoir. Okay, the river is unable to take the sediments, to carry the sediments for the long way. In spite of that, river is depositing the sediments in the bottom of these reservoirs. So what is going on? Moreover, the big dams have mostly been unsuccessful in controlling floods at the time of excessive rainfall. So students, it is also a very problematic situation that many times when high rainfall occurs, when high rainfalls occurs, these dams are unable to control the water. These dams are unable to control the flow of the water, and I think you came to know about these type of news is that the barrier of the dam has broken out. Okay, the boundary of the dam has broken out, and there was a very terrible flood in a particular area. Okay, I think you are getting my point, that how these dams are increasing the flood situation. Okay, you may have seen or read how the release of water from dams during heavy rains aggravated the flood situation in Maharashtra and Gujarat in 2006. Okay, in 2006 there was a very problematic situation in Maharashtra and Gujarat. What was the situation? Okay, what the authorities did, they released the water from dams due to heavy rainfall, because they thought that heavy rainfall is near to occur, and these dams are unable to control the water. Okay, these dams are unable to control the water, so automatically there will be a flood. So what the authorities did, they released the water from dams. Student, we are discussing the matter of 2006 in Maharashtra and Gujarat, and what was the result? The result was equal to a flood, very terrible flood. The floods have not only devastated life and property, but also caused extensive soil erosion. And students, these floods are very harmful. Okay, these dams destroyed our life. These floods destroyed our life plus the property also, and along with that, these floods caused extensive soil erosion. You know about this fact. Then when the flood will be there, automatically soil erosion will be there, and soil erosion is equal to land degradation. Okay, when soil erosion is going on, it means the fertility of our soil is going to decrease. Sedimentation also means that the floodplains were deprived of a silt, a natural fertilizer. Okay, this is the same sedimentation we have discussed here. Okay, but the rivers are unable to take the sediments in the plain areas. Okay, so what the rivers are depositing these sediments at the bottom of reservoir. So sedimentation also means that the floodplains were deprived of silt. Okay, when this sedimentation is increasing at the bottom of the reservoir, so this situation leads that our plain areas are deprived of silt. Plain areas are deprived of silt, a natural fertilizer. Our plain areas are not getting this fertilizer, this silt, okay, carried by rivers, further adding on to the problem of land degradation. Okay, and one more problem is also increasing, that is the problem of land degradation. When our soil is not getting silt, okay, it is very clear that it is equal to land degradation. It was also observed that the multi-purpose projects induced earthquakes, caused waterborne disease and pests and pollution resulting from excessive use of water. So students, these are also very common situations, problematic situations caused by these dams. Okay students, so in this way we are able to complete our topic, that how these floods are beneficial for us, and along with that how these floods are creating many problematic situations also. Okay, so today we have completed this topic, profits of dams as well as losses of these dams. Okay, and we have discussed this map also. We have discussed this map also, major rivers and dams. Okay, so what you will do today, just attend this video very carefully. Okay, prepare your own notes for this topic. Okay, benefits of these dams as well as losses of these dams, and just do this map work also. Okay, these major rivers and dams, and students just write down these lines also. Yes, write down these lines also. These lines are about our Periyar Dam. Okay, so prepare this map and paste in your geography notebook. Okay students, in my next video we will take the last topic of this chapter, and the topic is rainwater harvesting. Okay, in my next video we will take this topic, rainwater harvesting, and let me tell you, this is the last topic of this chapter. Okay students, thank you students, have a good day.